In today's video, I'll show you how you'd be able to use Excalidraw's Freehand Drawing Tool look like a pro even if you can't draw. So let's get started. So here we are in excalidraw.com, and then from here, the freehand tool is right here in your toolbar, which is this one right here with the pencil icon. And now from here, you can sketch arrows, draw shapes, underline text, whatever it is. It's pressure-free, no auto-snapping, and totally forgiving, which makes it great for sketching out ideas fast. So how I like to do this, since I don't know how to draw, is that I use their AI as my base or my overlay, and then I sketch over it to give it my own personal touch and that drawing look of my own work. So how I like to do this is that I grab reference images for tracing. So for example, I'm gonna type here on Google clip art of the object that I would want to draw, like for example, a ball. Right here. So this would work great if you're trying to draw complex objects that you really don't have any idea on how you could draw it. So for example, I just want to go for something simple. Let's say this one. So I can just draw this. So I can right click and click on copy image, go into Excalidraw, and then all you have to do is press Ctrl+V, and then you'll be able to paste that image. And now you just need to lower the opacity for this image by using the select tool, going here, lower the opacity for tracing, and now go back in here into the draw tool and make sure that your opacity is back to 100 and choose the settings right here for your drawing that you'd want. And then you want to zoom in so that you'd be able to be more accurate with your drawing right there. So zoom in using these buttons right here, or you could also hold the control button plus the scroll wheel on your mouse. And from here, we can now carefully trace the ball as much as possible right there. So as you can see, my stroke is very thick. So you want to be mindful of your stroke width also. And then I'm going to go and simply trace it as carefully as I can right there. And I have now done the first part. And as you can see, it's a little bit jagged right here. So there's that. And that is only natural because we're doing it manually. So we're drawing it manually. We will really have that jagged sides right there. So that's fine. And if you'd want it to be less jagged, then you would have to do it more carefully than I did so that you'd have better results. And the wider your stroke width will be, I think the smoother that the edges will become, because if I go for a thinner stroke, for example, I'm going to go into the select tool and select this shapes right here that I did and make it thinner. As you can see, it's more jagged. So it would really help if you could go for a wider one. And now from here is that I'll just draw the rest. Alright, now I am done drawing the outline right here. As you can see, it's not very smooth because I just did it real quick for this tutorial. But hey, we are now able to draw something like this or whatever we'd want using this method. So that's the important thing. And we got this nice natural looking drawing right here because of course we made it ourselves manually. And now, what if you would want to add color in here inside? So what you could do is that you want to go choose the color in here. So go here for the stroke, choose the color that you'd want. However, the choices here are limited. So if there's a color in here that you want that is not here, then you can go for the hex code. Just search for the hex code of that color in Google and then paste it here. But as for this one, I'm going to go stick with this color right here. And what I need to do is just simply form an enclosed shape right here on where I would want it. So here, I would want it right about here. So I'm just gonna go and quickly fill in the shape right here, make an enclosed shape, and then we will now get that. As you can see, something happened. It just filled this one right there. So make sure that you do this in one drawing right here. You don't want to let go on clicking if you do this so that this would happen. And then you want to go back in here and select tool, click on that shape, and now from here you can go for the background, and now you can choose the fill right here. And let's say this one right here. And as you can see, we have now added a color. And there's still some white spots in there. So I'm just going to add something like that, just like that. So now you can do the same thing to the other sides. All right, I am now done with my quick drawing right here using this method. And take note that you would need to remove this right here. So you would want to select that and move it out of your drawing and then delete or backspace. And then it will now be deleted now that we have completed our drawing. And from here, actually, it's not a whole drawing yet because you can still select the individual lines just like so. And what we need to do is you want to select them right here. So you'll be selecting all of the layers that you have drawn using this one right here. So you want to right click on them and then basically click here on group selection. In that way, they will be treated as one. And then from here, you can right click again, and then you could add it to your library if you'd want to use this as a reusable element. So in that way, you'd be able to drag it here anytime, and then you'd be able to use it anytime on your projects in Excalidraw. So that's it on how you could use Excalidraw's freehand drawing tool. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.